Yo, what's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here, like always, man. Thank you. In this video, I want to talk about, or I want to piggyback off my previous video, the last one that I uploaded, in which I spoke about making 2025 your best year. And if you want to do so, you should probably look into doing monk mode. Now, if you don't know what monk mode is, feel free to watch that video. But the long and short of it is, monk mode is basically a period of time in your life that you choose, at least a month, I recommend. But it could be a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. But it's a period of time in your life where you just lock in on your goal. You know, whatever it is you want to do, you lock in, you cut out all distractions, and you go hard every day with laser light. You focus with laser light focus every day. You know, you go in, man. You go hard. So that's basically what monk mode is. And it's the beginning of the year. And so I wanted to piggyback off that video because it's the beginning of the year, 2025, where everybody's making New Year's resolutions and they're setting their goals for the year, right? And to start off, most people are excited to get started on their goals or their New Year's resolutions. Like, I went to the gym the last couple of days. It's a bunch of new faces in there, right? And, you know, at the beginning of the year, gyms always do promotions and get people to sign up for memberships or whatnot. And like I said, there's a lot of people setting their new goals. They want to get in shape for the new year. It's a bunch of new faces, and it's like, as a gym goer, you know, a regular, it's frustrating. You know, I don't I don't mean to be like that, but it is frustrating because you got to maneuver around all these new people and they're in the way, and you're like, man, come on, man. But all I know that I just got to stick it out for like the next couple of weeks. And most of those new people will have fallen off, you know. And that's sad to say, but that's just how it is, you know. Like I know that New Year's resolutions typically don't work because, in my opinion, most people aren't mentally prepared to do the work that they need to do to get the results that they want. That's just how it is. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today. How do you stay consistent? How do you stick to your goals? How do you stick to those New Year's resolutions that you might have? Let's talk about it. The first thing, like I said, well, not the first thing, but a prerequisite is being mentally prepared. You got to be mentally prepared to do the thing that you want to do. Like, whatever you got to do. Like, before you start, get your mind right. Go look in the mirror and say, look, mother, we going to do this. I don't care what it takes. We gonna get this done. Like, kick yourself in the ass and be mentally prepared before you start. Like, that's a prerequisite. Like, trust me, man. If you're not mentally ready to do the thing that you need to do, don't start, because when it get tough, you gonna bow out. Most people ain't built like they just gonna bow out if they're not mentally prepared. So, with that said, let's get into it. So, I'm gonna give y'all seven steps, maybe 8, if you stick to the end of the video. Might be 8, but there's 7 steps that you can take to stick to your goals and your New Year's resolutions, whatever they may be. Now, the first one is, excuse me, the first one is set clear, specific goals. Write them down. Make sure they're clear and specific. Like, the vague goals, like, I want to lose weight, I want to get healthier, want to save money. That's too vague. That's hard to measure, right? So instead of that, you need to be like, if you want to lose weight, you need to, like I said before in the previous video, you got to write down how much weight you want to lose, right? And give a time. Let's say I want to lose 20 pounds by by June 1st. Now you got something, you got a guide, you have a target to reach. It ain't just, I want to lose weight for 2025, or I want to save more money in 2025. How much money do you want to save? Is it $100 a month? Like, write it down and make sure it's specific so that you have a target that you can aim for. Without that, you don't have a target that you can aim for, and you're going to be all over the place. Your results are going to vary because you're not specific enough, right? So step 2, the second thing that you can do is break your goals down into smaller steps, right? Big goals can feel overwhelming. So when you break them down into smaller actionable steps, it's easier for you to work with, right? So if your goal is to write a book, for instance, first thing you might need to do is create an outline. And then after that, you can set a certain amount of words that you want to write for the day. Like, say I'm going to write create the outline, then you say, well, I'm gonna write 500 words a day or 1,000 words a day, right? Break that down into smaller steps. Like if you want to start a YouTube channel, for instance, you say, okay, the first week I'm gonna focus on coming up with a title or a name for my YouTube channel. Then during that week, I'm going to set up the banner for my YouTube channel. I'm going to go on YouTube and Google and create the channel, the actual channel, right? You can do that all in 1 week. And then the next week, you can focus on what your first video is going to be, the title of your first video. You can write the script for your first video. You can do the thumbnail for your first video. And then you can record your video and then upload it. See what I'm saying? You break those down into smaller steps where it becomes more manageable. Because if you're just looking at it on a macro level, it's going to seem overwhelming. It's going to seem impossible sometimes. So that's the second step. Break it down. Step 3, I would say, is be realistic. Stay realistic. Like, life is going to life. And a lot of us already have like day jobs. So you want to be realistic about what you can achieve and how much you can do and how much time you can dedicate to your goal, right? Don't overcommit yourself, because before you know it, you're going to end up burning yourself out, right? So it's better to start small and build up over time than it is to go all in and be burnt out by February. Like, there's no point in that. So start small, build that momentum, and then you can gauge how much you can contribute to your goal each and every day, right? The 4th step is track your progress. Make sure you're tracking your progress. I always say this, write down. Like, you want to track your progress, whether you're using like a habit tracking app or if you're using a checklist and a notebook, make sure, or you just journaling about it. Make sure you're tracking your progress, because once you track your progress, it's going to show you how far you've come. And that can be immensely motivating once you look back and see how far you've come, right? And it also keeps you accountable. It keeps you accountable. You get to see what's working and what's not working. And then you get to, like, switch it up if you need to, pivot if you need to, course correct if you need to. So that's step 4. Step 5 is know your why. Find out your why and know your why. Why did you even want to start this goal? Why did you want to start on this in the first place? Because when things get tough, and believe me, they're going to get tough, you're going to have something to fall back on. That knowing what your why is going to help you stay motivated. It's going to help keep you going, so to speak, right? So whether it's you just want to get healthy, whether it's working out, or you want to build your career, or you want to like spend more time with your family or save more money, you got to know your why. Know why. Know the reason why you started in the first place. It's going to help keep you going. Always know that. Step 6, I would say, is to make sure, and I talked about this in the previous video, celebrate your small wins. Make sure you're celebrating your small wins, man. Don't wait till you cross the finish line to celebrate. Celebrate along the way. If you achieve something, celebrate it. Give yourself a pat on the back. At the very least, acknowledge that you accomplished that you did your big one, Always acknowledge your wins. No matter how small they may be, acknowledge them, because it's going to give you incentive to keep going. It's going to help motivate you. It's going to help keep you on track, right? So always celebrate your small wins, and those small wins, they build up over time and lead to the massive wins. Step 7, remain flexible. Got to stay flexible, man, because life is unpredictable, man. And life going to throw a monkey wrench at you every time. Every time. Your plans might go awry, but you got to stay flexible. You got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to switch it up. You got to be able to change some things around. Just stay focused on the goal, but sometimes you might have to change the plan. The plan might not stay the same, but the goal might remain the same, but the plan might have to change because of circumstances, so to speak, right? So stay flexible, adjust your strategy if you need to, but stay moving forward. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to start fresh. So don't get caught up in the setbacks, because things are going to happen. And a lot of times when I look back at the things that I've accomplished, they never really worked out how I thought they would. but they always worked out. But they never, way I saw it in my head working out, it never happened like that, right? So stay focused on the plan. On the goal, and not necessarily the plan. The plan might change. And it might have to change. But just stay focused and stay flexible. That was 7. That was 7. Yeah, I think that was 7. So, and number 8, I would say, is the bonus one, is consistent action. Like, none of this is gonna work if you're not taking action, consistent action. So I fell off a lot of times because I wasn't being consistent enough. And I know a lot of people fall off because they stop being consistent and they stop taking action. You got to take action. Like, once you start, keep taking that consistent action. Even when you don't feel like it, and you believe me, you're not going to feel like it. I wake up some mornings and be like, damn, man, it's cold as shit outside. I ain't really trying to go out there and go to the gym, man. You got to push through that. Got to stay consistent. You got to. If you want to achieve the results that you say you want to achieve, this is how you do it. These are the 7 steps plus a bonus 1 to 8 steps of how you can do that and make 2025 your best year, how you can stay consistent and stay on monk mode and not fall off. And so, if this resonated with you, like always, man, hit the like button, share it with somebody who might need to hear this, and continue to make 2025 your best year. If you're on that monk mode with me, let me know. It's art versus arteria. It's you versus you. Continue to do what you have to do to make your life the best it can be. And until next time, I bid you adieu, man. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.